Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling a really big question, one that seems to be on everyone's lips right now. AI. Is it, coming for our jobs? Or is it actually creating maybe new kinds of opportunities?
That really is the conversation, isn't it? And there's definitely a lot of anxiety out there about a potential global workforce crisis. It feels very real for many. But today we're diving into something specific. EON AI Ventures. They're a new initiative. And they're coming forward with a pretty defined, integrated way to approach this whole challenge.
Right, they've built this whole ecosystem. Their mission, as they state it, is about creating pathways for future-proof skills, for AI-augmented jobs, and for sustainable income.
Exactly. They're talking about a future of human-AI symbiosis. That's the goal.
So we really want to unpack how they actually plan to, make that happen.
And what's really interesting, I think, is the scale they're aiming for. Transforming populations worldwide, covering that whole journey from learning a new skill right through to actually generating income.
They're positioning it as a kind of new operating system for human potential, especially now in the age of AI.
Precisely.
So, okay, let's start with the problem they're trying to solve. Our sources talk about this white-collar recession that might already be underway. AI automating cognitive tasks, maybe even, making some traditional careers less valuable. There's even mention of an Ivy League paradox.
Yeah, I saw that. Elite computer science graduates facing higher unemployment than some humanities majors.
Yeah.
It's a real turnaround.
It completely flips that old just learn to code idea, doesn't it?
It does, and it highlights the scale of the shift. If you look at analysis from places like Goldman Sachs, they project AI impacting something like 300 million full-time jobs globally.
300 million, that's staggering.
It's huge. And the speed of this transformation is, it's unprecedented. Our current systems, education, career paths, they're just not built for this pace.
No. Which is probably why EON AI Ventures chairman Dan Lajerskar said something quite powerful. He said, the greatest risk is not that AI will replace us, but that we will fail to augment ourselves.
That's the core of their philosophy, moving away from the doom and gloom, the dystopian view.
Yeah.
And instead, they're championing this idea of a superhuman workforce, where everyone gets equipped with what they call a cognitive co-pilot.
So enhancement. It's about enhancing us, not making us obsolete.
Exactly. Their platform aims to be that operating system for human potential we mentioned, bridging the gap, between the current crisis and future capability.
It sounds very ambitious, a single closed-loop ecosystem covering the whole transition.
It is ambitious, and it rests on 3 core platforms, basically.
Okay, let's break those down. First up is skills. You mentioned the EON-XR platform.
Right. That's their extended reality solution. So think virtual reality, augmented reality.
And the key difference here, compared to, say, watching online videos, is that it's active learning.
Yes, active and immersive. You're not just passively watching someone repair an electric vehicle battery, for example.
You're doing it.
You're doing it step by step in a really realistic 3D environment. You're building that muscle memory.
How well does that kind of virtual hands-on learning actually transfer to the real world, though? Is it effective?
The evidence suggests it transfers very well.
Okay.
Because you get realistic scenarios, but without the real-world risks. You can repeat actions, get immediate feedback.
Makes sense.
And they have this feature, text to XR, which sounds particularly interesting for scaling things up.
Text to XR. How does that work?
It basically lets subject matter experts, people who aren't tech wizards, generate complex interactive training simulations really quickly just by typing instructions.
So a manufacturing expert with zero coding skills.
Exactly. They could type out the steps, and the system builds the whole virtual lesson. Imagine how fast organizations could capture and scale up their internal knowledge that way.
That does sound like a leap. Okay, so that's skills. What about jobs? They have something called the EON Career Compass.
Yeah, and this isn't just, another online job board listing yesterday's vacancies.
Right.
It's designed more like an intelligent GPS for your career in this new economy. It looks at your existing skills.
Okay.
And then uses AI to crunch data from millions of real-time labor market sources. The goal is to identify resilient, high-demand careers, specifically careers that are augmented by AI, not replaced by it.
And the clever part is?
The clever part is how it then generates a personalized learning plan using those EON-XR lessons we just talked about.
So it connects the dots. It shows you the path from where you are now to one of those future-proof jobs.
Precisely. It moves you from just reacting to job openings to proactively navigating your career based on where the economy is actually heading.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Skills, jobs.
Yeah.
And the third pillar is income.
Yes, income. They recognize that the future of work looks, well, increasingly entrepreneurial for many people.
The creator economy, solopreneurs, that sort of thing.
Exactly. So they've built the EON WealthWeaver platform. It includes something called the EON Entrepreneur Guide.
Which is?
An AI co-pilot again. But this one acts more like a business consultant. It helps users brainstorm ideas, structure a business plan, figure out how to launch a new venture, offer strategic advice.
Okay, like having a startup mentor in your pocket.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
And the wider WealthWeaver ecosystem then provides the tools, the marketplace, the monetization infrastructure.
It actually turns skills and digital creations into money.
Right. It's about empowering this new class of entrepreneurs, moving people beyond just, say, temporary unemployment support towards actively generating their own income through these new models.
So across all three, skills, jobs, income, the consistent theme is human augmentation, using AI to enhance our capabilities, not replace us.
That's clearly the driving principle.
And they're trying to roll this out globally. How are they doing that?
Through partnerships. They have this 3-tier partnership framework. They're inviting universities, governments, corporations to collaborate. It ranges from deploying quick solutions to joint R&D on future gigs.
So it's a big collaborative push.
It seems so. A very holistic vision, using their existing spatial AI and XR tech to try and, mitigate this huge workforce disruption that's happening, trying to future-proof populations, really.
It's a fascinating, comprehensive approach. So to wrap up, we've seen how EON AI Ventures is aiming to equip us all with these cognitive co-pilots, striving for that superhuman workforce. It leaves you with a thought, though. If AI is going to augment us in so many cognitive ways, what's left? What might be the next truly indispensable human skill, or maybe quality, that AI can't replicate?
That's a deep question.
What should we as humans be focusing on cultivating now for that ultimate future human-AI symbiosis? Something definitely worth pondering as we all navigate this, this rapidly changing world.